You sing that song while you wash your hands. And I am going to make my matzoh bread. So, this is whole wheat flour and some filtered spring water. That's only half a cup because I can't eat very much, obviously. So I'm just going to add the water and mix it until it forms a dough that I can knead. So you don't want to add too much water.
It will come off.
No, that won't come off, honey. It'll have to wear off. So make a kneadable dough.
What?
Said that won't come off, and I'm making a kneadable dough. Still a little too dry.
It won't come off. It won't come off.
Nope, that won't come off. And as soon as you get it to a point where it's kneadable by hand, and it's not going to fall apart, just about there.
It is falling apart.
Nope, it's good. It's not falling apart. You sprinkle a little more of the flour onto your flat surface.
Whoa, that's a big.
And the dough itself, so that you can work with it.
Whoa, you fast,
Knead it.
fast. Whoa, that's Baba.
Now this whole process of making unleavened bread by Jewish tradition is supposed to take exactly 18 minutes. I'm not timing myself for purposes that I'm not Jewish, and I'm not really following a traditional Seder per se. But it's a very quick bread because the matzoh bread, or unleavened flat bread, was what the Jews made during the Exodus from Egypt. And they had to make bread very fast. In other words, they didn't use any yeast and didn't let it rise. So it was just a real quick fix so that they had something to eat during their trek
Yummy.
out of Egypt. So that is why the Passover tradition of having unleavened bread exists. So this is actually pretty good now. It's perfect consistency almost. A little more dry wheat flour there. And then I can start rolling it out. And I've read a couple different ways of, just turn the water off, honey. I've read a couple different ways of forming a matzoh bread. Some of them make balls and then flatten them out, and some just make like a long skinny piece of dough and then flatten it out. And the way that they do it is they do it on a piece of parchment paper and then transfer it to an already very hot oven. Now my oven is very hot and I have a stone in there. I cannot put a cold stone into a hot oven or it would crack. So at this point, what I will do is separate this. I'm going to make 2 pieces of matzoh bread out of this one piece of dough. So, I'm going to pull my stone out and then transfer these onto the stone and flatten them on the stone itself. If I flatten them as flat as they should be on here, I would not be able to transfer them. And I don't have any parchment or wax paper. So, that's why I'm doing that. Alright, so here goes the process of transferring them to a hot stone and then flattening them. That's probably a nice skinny piece there. Let me do this one, and then get my stone out. And another one. There we go. Okay, time for the stone. Okay, and here's a hot stone that I've pulled out. That's not matzo bread, that's a couple of pieces of fish for Kendall. That's tilapia. I am going to place these on here and flatten them out. That's a Pampered Chef stone. This is a Pampered Chef roller. Just going to flatten these out.
Oh, stay.
Basically a cracker flat, because that is the thinness that cooks best for matzo bread, and that's why most matzo bread is basically a cracker. Looks good. These might be a little too I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how it turns out. But you flatten them out. It's supposed to be pretty thin. When you read the Bible and you hear Jesus broke bread, that's why he broke bread, because it was a Passover meal. That's kind of sticky there. That's good. Then you poke some holes in it like this. It's already starting to cook because the stone is so hot. You can see how it's already firmed up there. Now typically you wouldn't be doing that, because you would transfer these
I do it.
and then let them cook. So that's good. I'm going to put these in the oven and let them cook. The actual crackers or matzo bread are supposed to cook for 2 to 3 minutes. So here we go.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Making some matzo bread.
No. No way.
It has been exactly 3 minutes. Pull it up. That is some dry, flat, tasteless bread. Amen.
What's that?
That is my Manischewitz, and this is my matzo bread.
What's that?
The first bite of solid food that I have had in
What's that?
40 days.
What's that?
It's bland and tasteless, but
Dad!
it is so
Dad!
good.
Dad!
What?
What are you eating?
Matzo bread.
Mama bed.
Mm-hmm.
What's
It's good.
that?
Even though it's bland, it is really good.
I want that. I want to take that.
I'll get you some other juice, okay?
Okay, get it.
Okay. Eat your fish and your corn.
Okay. Cheese cone.
Cheese corn.